Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Aimstone channel. As always, let's go ahead and take a look at the Bitcoin market. As of the time of this recording, Bitcoin is wiggling slightly under $26,600. As you know, yesterday BTC took a dip. Yes, BTC was about $27,000 and now we're back to 26,000 bucks. Well, you may ask a question, why did this happen? Well, in my opinion, this could be is because as we had 2 days ago FOMC meeting and Jerome Powell possibly spoke the market. We had S&P 500 and entire stock market took a dip, and so is Bitcoin. So yes, there is still correlation between stock market and Bitcoin. From technical standpoint, we can notice that in this 18-hourly chart, BTC still above this 50 days simple moving average. Maybe BTC will bounce back from this simple moving average and it will be on the way up. I hope this is going to be the case. Speaking of the Bitcoin Fear Grid Index, today we are at fear. We are at 43. Yesterday we were at neutral, yesterday we were at 47. Yes, when BTC takes a dip, market becomes more fearful. And that's exactly what happened. However, the news are not so bad. You know why? Because we always have to zoom out. Look at this. This chart represents 2 daily Bitcoin price action. And as we can see that Bitcoin spent entire 2022 in a bear market. In fact, as well as late 2021. BTC dipped from $69,000, that was an all-time high, all the way below to $16,000, that was in November of last year. So that was the bear market, and now it looks like we bounced back by quite a bit. However, I believe this is consolidation phase, and now BTC may consolidate maybe a couple of months more, and then BTC will skyrocket. Why am I saying this? Well, because we saw this in history once again. If you take a look at the bear market 2014, 2015, we will see something similar. As we can see that Bitcoin spent entire 2014 in a bear market. BTC dipped from like $1,200 all the way below 150 bucks. And then we saw consolidation, and then of course around like 1 year later BTC skyrocketed. So I think something similar may play out this time as well. Okay, let's move on. Look at this. Just in 95% of all NFT market is now worthless. New report shows. I'm not even surprised. I said from the day one NFTs is just a smoking mirrors. Okay, just in, US Congressman Ronnie Jackson says CBDC is a Trojan horse for the global elite to control people. CBDC is a slavery. Bitcoin is a freedom. Well, on my humble opinion, I do not think CBDC will actually materialize in the real world. Because yes, we know that government tends to control people through taxation, through inflation, so on and so forth. But CBDC will be way too obvious. I don't think people will buy CBDC. Okay, moving on. Look at this. Former PayPal president says no network other than Bitcoin can become global settlement network for the world. I am 100% agreed. These guys start waking up and now they are make a lot of sense. Okay, Morgan Greer Capital CEO, $300 billion could flow into Bitcoin after spot ETF is approved by SEC. $300 billion according to Mark Yusko. Well, if $300 billion would flow into BTC, it would mean that BTC would be way above $40,000 per coin. I'll take that. Okay, look at this. 24 days left until SEC reviews the next round of Bitcoin ETFs. Well, yes, it looks like the next date will be October 16 and then October 17. October 16 we have Bitwise and October 17 we have BlackRock. Maybe this time will be different. Maybe we'll finally see the approval of Bitcoin spot ETF. Well, I really hope so, but I do not know what Gary Gensler has in his head. Okay guys, moving on. Trader Henkin Zebergs shares new target price for Bitcoin rally. Let's take a look. Despite Bitcoin's price performance remains pale, veteran trader expert Henkin Zebergs foresees its imminent 550% rally in the near future. Also, he is highly optimistic about US stock market, but in the midterm prospect, he expects the large market to crash. $175,000 for BTC, new price target by Heinzberg. Both Bitcoin and US traded stocks are going through buy this deep opportunity phase. Once it's over, there's indicators will rally to new highs. In a hypothetical run, Bitcoin, the largest cryptocurrency, might jump to $175,000 level, announced Zberg opines. It is 153% higher than the current November 2021 all-time high and 550% higher than today's price. Look, if we can hit 175,000 per BTC, that would be fantastic. Okay guys, now let's change gear a bit and take a look at some interesting Bitcoin charts. This first chart represents BTC number of addresses holding at least 0.1 coins. As we can see, that number of addresses holding at least 0.1 coins right now reach 4.5 million addresses. 4.5 million addresses in a grand scheme of things is not that whole lot. We know that there are roughly 8 billion people in the world. So yes, we can see that Bitcoin adoption is still very, very small. Imagine if maybe like 5% of all people in the world will hold at least 0.1 coins. Oh man, that would be huge. Okay, moving on to the next on-chain analytic chart. This chart represents Bitcoin realized cap, not position change. As we can see that this metric actually shows market sentiment. Whenever this metric spikes up in this greenish color, it means that we are in a bull market. And vice versa, whenever there is no green spikes, it means that we are in a consolidation phase. And look at this, right now in 2023, we just start seeing these green spikes. In fact, we saw something similar in 2015 as well as 2020. Do you guys know what that means? It means we are in the early stage of the bull market. And lastly, let's take a look at this following chart that was created by the Rational Root. This chart represents Bitcoin dominance. As we can see that according to this chart, Bitcoin dominance is around 55%. Well, I guess it depends what publication you are looking at. If you go to CoinGecko, then Bitcoin dominance will be different than in CoinMarketCap. But anyway, let's just assume that Bitcoin dominance right now is at 55%. And look at this, whenever Bitcoin dominance increases, it's usually indication of bear market / consolidation phase. And the opposite is true as well. Whenever Bitcoin dominance decreases, it usually means that we are in a bull market. Look at this, that's exactly what happened in 2017. 2017, Bitcoin dominance dropped and the altcoin season took over. And then in 2019, 2020, BTC dominance increased once again. And yes, we were in the bear market / consolidation phase during that period of time. And then look at this, 2021, Bitcoin dominance dropped once again. And yes, altcoin season took over. And yes, during that time, we were in that massive bull market. Now it looks like Bitcoin dominance is increasing once again. So yes, maybe in the next couple of months, Bitcoin dominance will drop and the altcoin season will start to take over. Or maybe this is it for altcoins. In fact, let's take a look at this quick interview when me and Jeff Booth he explains why he believes all altcoins will go to zero. Let's take a look. Gotcha. So moving on to probably last question. Like Bitcoin versus altcoins, why Bitcoin cannot be like a BlackBerry in the past and maybe something else can emerge as an iPhone? What do you think?
Yeah, so for this, I would recommend people go to my website, and I wrote on jeffbooth.ca, and I wrote an article called "Finding Signal in a Noisy World" that explained why at a first principles level, and you might have to read it 2 or 3 times. But it describes exactly what would happen in Bitcoin and the alternative coin or shitcoin space,
Right.
just from kind of market function and why this is a once in a lifetime discovery. You can't discover it again. And I'll do it quick.
Internet again.
Exactly. I'll do it quickly to be able to, but ultimately, a blockchain is something called the blockchain trilemma, where you can only solve 2 of 3 things on a base layer of a blockchain. One is decentralization, one is security, and one is scalability. And Bitcoin chose decentralization and security. And so when people said it didn't have a utility, right? what is the utility value of something that forces honesty and truth in the world and protects your money? And I would say it's the biggest utility in the world,
Yeah,
right?
that's useful. Yep.
It's useful to every person. But why people got confused about that is they confused things you could build on top of it versus the utility value of that. And so what that meant is all you had to do, is what we're describing now, is just hold a Bitcoin, and over time you would get rich. And so and you had to do nothing. So if you had essentially the perfect discovery on the planet, and then a bunch of people were getting rich on that, but you couldn't build on it, you couldn't do anything but hold it, what would happen in a free market? A whole bunch of people would come out and say, I have a better Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right? And how would they make it better? So let's just go through the logic of how they would make it better.
Faster.
Yeah. So, but there's a couple different things. So because it's open source code and everybody can see the code, they could cut it. They could cut and paste and create new coin, Dogecoin, or something like that.
Litecoin.
Yeah. No, but some of those had different. So some of those had different characteristics. But let's use Doge as an example, which is just a copy of Bitcoin's blockchain, but with less security, less mining hash, and less decentralization. So essentially, you have something with the exact same utility as Bitcoin.
If you guys have not seen a full video with me and Jeff Booth talking about economy and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market overall, I would highly recommend go and watch it. I will leave a link in the description box below. Anyway, Jeff Booth explains blockchain trilemma. You can solve only 2 out of the 3 problems. And what are they? We have security, we have decentralization, and of course we have scalability. Bitcoin chose decentralization and security. On my opinion, decentralization and security, they're literally tied to the hip. If you are decentralized, you will be by default secure because you will have no central point of failure, and that's what Bitcoin is. That's why I choose Bitcoin over anything else. While most of the other altcoins, they compromise decentralization for scalability. Let's take Ethereum for example, or any other shitcoins that there is out there. Yes, maybe they are scalable, but they are highly centralized. Their decentralization is compromised. And of course, if you're a centralized entity, you will be prone to hacks. You cannot hack something that is decentralized, and that is Bitcoin. But if something that is centralized, you can hack with no problem. And that's what we see in this current financial system. Banks, any other financial institution, even government can be hacked, but Bitcoin cannot. Why? Because they are centralized while Bitcoin is decentralized. So this is one of the reasons why I choose Bitcoin. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below, subscribe, and like this video.